Young girl, get out of Shark's mind. My love for you is way out of line. You better run, Shark. It's just too fun, Shark, right here. At the Golden EIB Sharkerphone, baby, where me, Clark the Shark, I'm always having fun. And you out there, well, you're having fun too. And you're about to have, oh, golly, just a joyous time as we review this incredible second album by Blood, Sweat, and Tears. You know, and sadly, this would be like the last, the first and last real great BS&T album, you guys. At least it would be on the Billboard charts and all that. You know, because the first album, the one with Al Kooper, which was so great, you know how I love that album. Well, these guys, they conspired or something to kick Al Kooper out of the band that he formed. Al Kooper formed Blood, Sweat, and Tears, you guys. You know, a lot of you out there might not even know that. But that's what me here on the Clark the Shark show, that's what I'm for. Because I'm informative. And I'm like a Sharky encyclopedia, baby. I know everything. Even God himself is astounded. He's like, I created DNA, Shark. I created software and all this stuff, you know, he's like, look, Shark, you could never make DNA. And I'm like, yeah, well, dude, God, of course, I can't do DNA, but I can do a review of Blood, Sweat, and Tears right here on the Sharky Show from the Golden EIB Sharkerphone. It's not a microphone, you guys. It's much more than that. For when you are here on the Sharky Show, the Clark the Shark Show, the fabulous, most amazing show on the internet, with the smoothest delivery. I'm like a white rapper, baby, like Eminem. But I'm 58 years old. You know, I'm, dude, give me a beat. I'll take on any rapper and I'll defeat them. I swear to God, better than Eminem ever could. That guy's a little punk, man. If you want the truth, you go to Clark the Shark and you're going to get it, baby, right here. Because when I'm talking about Blood, Sweat, and Tears here on the Clark the Shark Show, this second album, I get kind of angry and irritated by the way this band kicked out Al Kooper. Thought it was a really mean thing to do, but, you know, he seems to be cool with it or whatever, but, you know, I don't think he is. I think to this day he's very bitter, but, you know, who knows? I think they tried to get him to come back and he said no. Now that sounds like the MO of the Shark. I've done that many times, you know, where a band is, you know, dude, they do the unthinkable. They kick Shark out and then they're like, dude, how can we kick Clark the Shark out? Then they come back later and try to be my friend or whatever. And I'm like, goodbye, you guys. And not only do I say goodbye to them, but they might end up like deceased or something bad, or maybe in a car wreck, or they'll fall off a cliff or get run over by a bus because me, Clark the Shark, who knows, dude? I don't say prayers to the dark side, but the Lord has a way of fixing things. You know how Trump hires a fixer? You know, like that guy Cohen or whoever. Well, me, I hire God and he fixes things for me right here on the Clark the Shark Show at 1-800-449-8255, the fabulous, amazing Sharky Show where Blood, Sweat, and Tears are taking center stage. Now, this band went and hunted for a new lead singer. And boy, did they ever find one. And I know a lot of you out there are like, Shark, we wouldn't think that you, Clark the Shark, would like this album. But you guys are mistaken and wrong. For I, the Swami, Clark the Shark, I love this Blood, Sweat, and Tears second album with David Clayton Thomas. Oh, he's an incredible singer, you guys, and all these musicians, these incredible drums by Columby and all these people, Cats on guitar and all the horns, trumpets, flutes, man, oboes or marimbas or whatever, dude. This is like if Frank Zappa really did have talent or melody. Frank Zappa has talent, but his melody thing is always a little struggling. But I don't like Frank Zappa for the melody. I like Frank for the adventure, just how weird it is. But I don't really like Blood, Sweat, and Tears for the adventure, and yet I do, because when you listen to this jazzy, bluesy, technical, progressive rock music, especially these first two albums by them, man, you're going to hear some amazing, incredible shit. And on this second album, you're going to hear incredible songs, and I'm sorry, you guys, I like these songs, whether Laura Nyro wrote them or whoever wrote them, or Goffin King or whoever. I don't even care. Yeah, baby, it does get 5 stars. I got a negative from, Rolling Stone. Of course, Rolling Stone is gonna be douchebags, but, it starts off with that, the variations on a theme or whatever. I love it, man. The flute or whatever, it's just this gentle morning. I love it, and I think the Kinks tried to copy that with Morning Song and some of their ideas from Preservation Act 1 and 2. And I hear little melodies on this that you can tell that like Ray Davies stole or tried to write songs from this album or something. Believe me, I know what I'm saying here, you guys. And Smiling Faces, of course, Steve Winwood, Jim Capaldi, and Chris Wood. Killer song, and here it just turns into this technical, jazzy, horn-soaked thing where Clayton Thomas is just belting out over it. I love it, dude. I love the Smiling Faces. And then Cats, whenever Steve Katz is singing, some people think it's too mellow, it doesn't go with it, but I love it, man. And sometimes in winter, killer, you guys. I love Cats. More and More is killer, I love it, you guys. I love Clayton Thomas. I love just all the arranging and jazzy horns, trumpets, bluesy, technical prog. Man, it's really incredible, you guys. And the drumming by Columby, just incredible. These guys are the real Wrecking Crew. Blood, Sweat, and Tears. And of course, When I Die by Laura Nyro. The Blood, Sweat, and Tears version is just unbelievable. It's funny. They kind of rip off The Who, a quick one. That's okay. Clark the Shark is good with it, man. I rip off The Who all the time myself. And I just fucking love And When I Die. It is so funny and ironic and irreverent. It is, and Clayton Thomas's vocals just go right with it, you guys. I love funny songs and ironic little goofy tunes. I wish Frank Zappa had more songs like And When I Die. On that first Frank Zappa album, there are killer little ditties all over it, and he never really does that again on the next albums. He kind of does. But I wish Frank Zappa would have just sat down, drank some coffee, and wrote a track like And When I Die by Laura Nyro. Awesome. And of course, God Bless the Child. Really killer. Slow, bluesy, breaks into some good shit, man. Come on. You guys all know that song is awesome by Blood, Sweat, and Tears. And of course, side 2 just goes to some phenomenal level with Spinning Wheel, a song that we all love. And you make me so very happy, because all of you out there make Sharks so happy when you watch my videos and you buy my shit or buy my crypto or listen to GE, Greenhouse Effect. You make Sharks so very happy. I'm so glad you came into Shark's life. Do. I love these first two songs, you guys. Some people are like, oh, Sharky, stop it. They're selling out, man. And how could they do this to Al Kooper? But I'm like, dude, Spinning Wheel. You know, David Clayton Thomas wrote the song. Come on, you guys, like it or not, you got to love that. And you've made me so very happy. Almost sounds more like Chicago or something than Blood, Sweat, and Tears, but I don't care, you guys. I love it. You know, Berry Gordy. I love Berry Gordy, dude. Great shit. And no other band in the world could have done that song better than Blood, Sweat, and Tears. And this big blues part 2 thing is just a mishmash of, you know, Cream and Clapton and stuff from Al Kooper, and it's awesome, dude. I love it. You know, it might be too long, you know, or whatever, you know, but just a bunch of garbage to people. But, you know, and then of course it ends. It goes back to that theme, you know, the flutes, and I love it, you guys. I love the beginning and the ending. And in between of this album, you know, the bookends are mellow, but in between is a jazzy progressive rock shredding. I mean, just listen to the drums from Columby, you guys. This guy rivals Bobby Caldwell from Captain Beyond or anybody. Ainsley Dunbar from Zappa, man, he rivals the best. He's just an incredible drummer, you guys. He's right there, maybe better than Ian Pace from Deep Purple. I don't know. But I love his drumming, and I love this album, you guys, Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Some people think of this as their real debut. It's not. The one with Al Kooper is. And, you know, Al Kooper really got the shaft. He got the raw end of the you-know-what here, baby. But, you know, for better or for worse, like it or not, David Clayton Thomas came along into the world, and he just blew minds with, you know, the melody, the singing. You know, admittedly, the songs were pre-written and tailor-made, and anybody out of the Yellow Pages probably could have sang them, but I don't know, dude. David Clayton Thomas, what a fucking singer. Amazing, and what an album this is. And like I said before, sadly, Blood, Sweat, and Tears would never really do another great album like this, like these first two albums, you guys. But the next album is really interesting, you guys. This one right here. And I'm going to review it, of course. And their fourth one is interesting. They don't have the big hit songs, but there's definitely something going on those next two Blood, Sweat, and Tears albums. A lot of people think of those as failure because they didn't really follow up this album, you know, and people say the same thing about Harry Nilsson, you know, after Nilsson Schmilsson. Me, I disagree. I think Son of Schmilsson definitely followed that up and then some, you guys. But when it comes to Blood, Sweat, and Tears, these first two albums are really it, you guys. After these, the next albums, they are good and they are interesting, but a lot of, you know, most people don't know them. But me, Clark the Shark, I do. And if I had to choose which is better, the first one or the second one, of course, you know me, you guys, I'm going to take Al Kooper. But this album, you can't deny, you guys. Even though it's got a lot of outside help, outside songwriting, for what it is, you know, it is what it is, you guys. It sold 4 or 5 million. It was a huge album, and it deserves to be, you guys. It really does. And all in all, you know, all things considered, all things packed in to the ice cream box that is Blood, Sweat, and Tears' second album. It is so just really incredible, you guys. I love this album. And I love David Clayton Thomas, but I also love Al Kooper too. These two albums, they're apples to oranges. You cannot compare them, but there are similarities. You know, the horn section, you know, they added some horn guys to this second album. But yeah, man, I love both these albums, you guys. Me, Clark the Shark, right here on the most amazing show, you guys, with the smooth delivery and golden tones of the Shark, right here from the golden EIB Sharkerphone, you guys. It's not a mere microphone. Mere mortal men speak into microphones, you guys. I, Clark the Shark, I got to speak into a golden EIB Sharkerphone because, baby, that's what I'm all about. I'm Clark the Shark, and I just gave you, you guys, the only real review of this album that you will ever need and you will ever want. I would just leave it right here and don't listen to any other reviewers of this jazzy, technical, prog, melodic, ambient, and yet commercial, on the charts, huge album, you guys. You talk about confusion that is not. It is Blood, Sweat, and Tears' second album, you guys. Totally prog, totally progressive Jew, dude, I'm thinking of Jews. Jazz, blues, technical jazz, you guys. Technical drumming, technical horns. Everything's technical, you guys. Man, you talk about it. This album has it all. And yet, this album, when you talk about the music industry and Billboard, you're also talking about one of the greatest and hugest albums of all time in this one, you guys. Blood, Sweat, and Tears. And I want you to buy it, especially if you're a young person. You're just 22 right now in 2023, and you were born in 21. I want you kids to get into Blood, Sweat, and Tears. When you buy this, you tell them that you heard it from Clark the Shark, right here on the Clark the Shark Show at 1-800-449-8255 from the golden EIB Sharkerphone. And I'm out of here, you guys. I love all of you. And I'm going to live forever. Quit worrying, you guys. I'm never going to die. Never. Me, Sharky. I'm going to be the first human, other than Moses and those guys in the Bible, that lives to be 200. I'm going to die in 2165. I'm not even going to die in 2065, you guys. I'm going to keep going another 100 years because I want to listen to more Blood, Sweat, and Tears, you guys, right here on the Sharky Show. And I want you with me. If you guys can live to be 200, I want you to try and keep up with me, Clark the Shark, because, baby, I'm going to live forever. Fame. Shark's going to live forever. Baby, remember my name. Remember, 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 remember. Do 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 do.